The next day, Time Turner was just taking a normal stroll around town when he noticed the locals were giving him out looks. He didn't get why. Nothing about him seemed different. He had the same haircut he always had. He was wearing a tie today, but that wasn't common for him, and he was pretty sure he didn't smell funny or anything. At this point, he was used to the residents of Ponyville acting strange from time to time, so he didn't make much of it. He made his way to the marketplace to pick up his usual supply of groceries, and even there the vendors were giving him out looks. "I'd like half a dozen apples, please," Time Turner said to Applejack of Sweet Apple Acres. Applejack stood there for a moment, just looking at Time Turner. "Pardon me, Miss Apple," said Time Turner, "but is there something on my face or something?" No," Applejack finally said. "Nothing on your face or anything." "Then why the outlooks?" asked Time Turner. "In fact, why have all the ponies in town been giving me such outlooks?" "Well, I don't really know," Applejack said with a nervous grin. "You're not a very good liar," said Time Turner. "Can I please just purchase my apples?" "Oh, sure," said Applejack nervously. "That'll be 6 bits." Time Turner paid for his apples and moved on to another vendor. Then suddenly he noticed Applejack's younger sister, Apple Bloom, running towards him. She managed to stop herself to where she was only a few inches from him. "Hi there, mister." "Time Turner," said Apple Bloom with a large smile. "Hello, Apple Bloom," said Time Turner. "How you doing today?" Apple Bloom asked. "I'm doing quite all right," said Time Turner. "Great," explained Apple Bloom. She looked around for a moment, as if to make sure no pony was listening in, and leaned in a little closer. "So is it true?" Apple Bloom whispered. "Is what true?" Time Turner asked, whispering as well. Apple Bloom leaned in a bit closer. "That you're an alien?" asked Apple Bloom. "I'm sorry." "What?" asked Time Turner with a very perplexed look on his face. "Pinkie Pie says she said you pulling something out of a blue crate that was way too big to actually fit in it," said Apple Bloom. "She said it was some special machine that's a lot bigger on the inside than on the outside. Says you're a time-traveling alien." "What?" said a stunned Time Turner. "So is it true?" asked Apple Bloom with a big smile. "What?" asked Time Turner, apparently stuck in a bit of a loop of confusion. "She said you're a doctor of some kind," said Apple Bloom. "And from Trottingham?" Time Turner said in more confusion. "Well, yes," said Apple Bloom. "That's just your cover. Use your hiding from your various enemies." "None of enemies," said Time Turner. "I'm just a clock worker." "She said that was just a cover-up to keep your sloth safe," said Apple Bloom with a smile. "You should go," said Time Turner. Time Turner ran as fast as he could to get back to his shop. Along the way, he kept getting stopped by various Ponyo residents, mainly school fillies, asking him about his time-traveling adventures. "I heard you faced a giant, red spider from the center of a planet," explained one resident. "Is it true that you once stopped an entire invasion from an army of flying trash cans?" asked a school filly. "What's the name of your home planet?" asked another school filly. Time Turner finally made it back to his store. At his front door was Pinkie Pie. "Hey there, Drive, Turner," exclaimed Pinkie Pie. "Pinkie Pie? Who?" he questioned. "Who is that?" "You are silly," said Pinkie Pie. "I figured for being a time traveler, you must be a doctor of some sorts to be able to work with a time machine. And not a time traveler, Pinkie," said Time Turner, "and just a typical colt from Trottingham. Why would you think I'm a time-traveling alien?" "I saw that big clock you got out of your blue box," said Pinkie with a big smile. "It was way too big to fit in there. So it must be one of those things that's bigger on the inside, like a different dimensional thing or something." "It was one of those clocks that can compact itself is all," said Time Turner. "But you never say anything about yourself," said Pinkie. "And not the most sociable of ponies," said Time Turner. "You work with clocks," said Pinkie. "Because I'm a clockmaker," said Time Turner. "Most of my family has worked with clocks, sundials, hour glasses, and other time devices for generations." "Oh, I see," said Pinkie with a disappointed look on her face. "Sorry to disappoint you," said Time Turner. "No, it's okay," said Pinkie. "I was just hoping for some excitement around here is all. I haven't lived here super long, and there haven't been a whole lot going on." "Ironic," said Time Turner. "I actually moved here because I felt it would lead to less excitement." "Why would you want that?" asked Pinkie. "Because of my shy nature," said Time Turner. "I can tell you almost instantly how a clock or a glass works, but when it comes to social interaction, I'm not so great at it." "You're talking to me now," said Pinkie. "Good point," said Time Turner. "Every pony in town has been haranguing me with questions about traveling to other planets. I can't believe so many would believe that." "I guess because they want some excitement too," said Pinkie. "It was mostly kids asking you too, right?" "Indeed it was," said Time Turner with a slight chuckle. "I suppose this isn't the adventure's place to live." "No, siree," said Pinkie Pie. "I moved here mainly to get away from Family Rock Farm. My Granny Pie used to visit here a lot to help out the owners of Sugar Cube Corner, Mr. and Mrs. Cake with deliveries and stuff. What happened to your grandmother? Asked Time Turner. She died a little over a year ago, said Pinky with a frown. Well, if she was able to influence you to move here, you must have been very close, said Time Turner. She was almost like a second mother for me, said Pinky. After a moment of silence, another school colt showed up in front of Time Turner's store. He was a bit nervous, walking towards the clock maker. Can I help you, little one? Asked Time Turner. Willie heard from some others at school, began the school colt, that you were a time-traveling alien, a doctor of time or something. Is that true? Well, you see, I began Time Turner, before pausing for a moment. During this moment, Time Turner noticed something in the colts as a look of wonderment. Here was a young pony, wanting to hear something exciting and out of this world. He wasn't really much for telling stories, but he couldn't find it in his heart to disappoint the little fellow. It's absolutely true, he said with a proud smile. Really? Asked the school colt in awe. But Time Turner, began Pinkie Pie. Time Turner is but an alias, Time Turner interrupted. I'm better known as Dr. Hooves. Oh wow, exclaimed the school colt. Where are you from originally? I come from the far-off planet of Time. Turner thought for a moment, before coming up with a name. Galthorpe. It's where all of my pony kind come from. We're known as time ponies. Cool, said the school colt. Oh wait, I need to get home now for dinner. Can I come back tomorrow and hear more, and bring some friends? You most certainly can, said Time Turner. Thank you so much, Dr. Hooves, said the school colt. The school colt ran off in excitement. Pinkie Pie looked back at Time Turner in confusion. Why did you lie to him? Said Pinkie Pie. Oh, well, I wouldn't call it a lie, said Time Turner. More a fun story. But why? Asked Pinkie. I saw how happy you looked when you thought I was some extraordinary extraterrestrial, said Time Turner. And then how disappointed you were by the truth. I just couldn't see myself breaking the news to that little school pony. Once he gets older, he'll of course know I was telling a bunch of fee. But for now, why not let him have a little fun with a good story? I guess it won't hurt any pony, said Pinkie Pie. How'd you come up with the name Dr. Hooves? Just came to me, said Time Turner. You and the school colt called me a doctor of time. Dr. Time Turner doesn't really sound all that interesting. Dr. Hooves, on the other hoof, has a more mysterious ring to it. Guess now you gotta come up with some stories, said Pinkie Pie. Shouldn't be too hard, said Time Turner with a confident smile. Heard some interesting stories from some of the residents today. I just might use some of those on the little ones tomorrow.